Hi, it's Helen from Heritage Organic Seeds. Today is the 5th of October and today we are going to start our sow-along for our October subscription box. So I have my cup of autumn tea ready. That was the tea that was inside the box. So I hope you've all tried yours and enjoying the lovely taste of autumn that we have. Today I'm going to show you how we are going to sow our mustard seeds and our corn salad seeds. So the mustard is Oriental Ruby Streaks, which is a really striking variety. It's got bright green stems that extend out to a really vibrant deep purple, and the colours just get more intense as the temperatures cool down. And we've also got our corn salad d'Hollande, which is corn salad is also known as lamb's lettuce or mâché in France. A really good variety for growing in the winter, and it doesn't need that much in terms of protection either, so even more of a result on that one. So the corn salad and the mustards, we're going to sow those into module trays. So this has got 72 cells in, so I'm going to do half of each variety. So half is going to be the mustards and half is going to be the corn salads. So let's dive in. So we'll do the corn salad first. So d'Hollande is a Dutch heritage variety of corn salad with larger leaves than most varieties. It is a low-growing plant and its soft leaves have a slight nutty flavour. Before it was cultivated as a food crop, it grew as a weed between cereal crops like corn, which is how the name corn salad came about. It is known as mâché in France, or you may have also heard of it called lamb's lettuce. It is well known for its tolerance to cold temperatures, which makes it ideal for winter growing. So we've already filled these trays with organic compost, so all I did was just rub it in between my hands as I was scattering it into the trays, just to remove any of the large clumps. And now we're just going to make a little dimple into the cells with our fingers, like so. So on the back of the insert it says that you can direct sow corn salad, but we prefer to sow undercover in modules and then plant out later, which is what we're going to do. So if you're going to sow in modules, sow 5 to 7 seeds per cell. If you're sowing in trays, then thinly scatter your seeds on the surface of your compost. Once you've sown the seeds, whichever method you're using, we're going to cover with a fine layer of compost and then lightly water. So your corn salad seeds aren't too small actually. They do come in this little porcelain bag. And then that's the size you're looking at, so they're quite easy to handle. So we're going to do 5 to 7 seeds per cell. Doesn't matter if you do slightly more or slightly less, but they do like to grow with their friends. And then next we have our ruby streaks. So this is our mustard ruby streaks. So ruby streaks is a real spectacle. It has vibrant green stems which extend to a beautiful deep purple, heavily serrated leaf. The colouring becomes even more vibrant at lower temperatures, making it the perfect choice for autumn growing. So on the back of the insert, we can either direct sow ruby streaks or start them off in trays or modules. If you're sowing in modules, again we're going to do 5 to 7 seeds per cell, and if you're sowing in trays, then scatter thinly on the surface of the soil. Anything that you're doing in trays instead of modules, it will mean you will save space in the short term, but it will mean that you will have to transplant into modules in a few weeks' time just to help them grow on. So it really is up to you. I find it easier to do it into modules just because then I don't have to pot them on again in a few weeks, and it just saves me time in the long run. And then we're going to cover lightly with a layer of compost. So I haven't covered the corn salad yet, so I'm just going to do it all in one go at the end. So again, we've got the little glassine envelope to help with handling your seeds. So you can either try and scatter directly from here, because you can make a little sort of funnel with the end, or you can just pop them into the palm of your hand like I do. And then I'd prefer that just to have more control over it. So 5 to 7 seeds per cell. Mustards are really good for autumn growing. I've even enjoyed fresh mustard leaves on Christmas Day with my smoked salmon from an October sowing, so perfect. And I really love the flavour of these oriental leaves too. It just really makes everything a bit more peppery, and just if you're having a salad in winter, it just makes it so much more tasty, I find, because in summer I think you can substitute flavour from the leaves with everything else that we put into a summer salad, whereas in winter I feel like we really need these sort of warmer, intense flavours, don't we? So your ruby streaks will be tolerant of cold temperatures, but it will not survive a heavy frost. So if you are planting them out into the ground, do make sure you've got protection, either with fleece or a little mini tunnel or a cloche or something like that. You may just prefer to grow it in the greenhouse or cold frame. So we're just going to cover it with a light layer of compost. And don't forget to label your seeds. And we're just going to give our seeds a light water and pop them in the greenhouse.